So, Bubsy. Bubsy was created by Accolade to attempt to rival the likes of Sonic and Mario in the early 90s. 4 games were made for him before his long hiatus. Bubsy Close Encounters of the Third Kind on the SNES, Bubsy 2 on the Mega Drive, Bubsy Fractured Tales on the Atari Jaguar, but who really gives a crap about that game since it was released on one of the most forgettable consoles ever made, and Bubsy 3D on the PS1, and that's the most I'm going to talk about that game. So when Accolade decided to come out of nowhere and announced that they were going to release the first 2 games on Steam, people were immediately interested. So the game was greenlit and the collection known as Bubsy 2 Fair was released on December 17th, 2015. And then I thought, why not? Let's play these games to see what the whole commotion is about this failure of a cat. I mean, what can I'm not finishing that joke. So here's Bubsy 1, and first of all, this camera is absolutely horrendous. For some reason, the camera is completely zoomed in towards Bubsy, making it super hard to see what's coming towards him. This wouldn't be such a problem if it wasn't for the fact that the levels aren't designed with this camera in mind. The levels are designed to be seen more openly than confined, like they are here, due to the amount of hazards and death routes there are in the level. However, they did try to fix this by making it where when Bubsy walks forward, the camera moves in front of him. But that just makes the camera more unstable and really bad to look at due to you having to stop every second. The reason for stopping all the time is because Bubsy's speed is completely broken. If you hold down right for more than 5 seconds, Bubsy decides he wants to be like Sonic and run super fast, causing you to not know what's going to hit you and making you have a higher chance of getting hit by an enemy or following a death route. The developers, however, tried to make the hits less annoying by giving Bubsy a whopping 10 lives, but that doesn't stop me from getting game overs. However, I will say that the soundtrack on here isn't that bad and is actually bearable and alright. But you know what isn't bearable? Bubsy's shitty jokes.
What could possibly go wrong? My contract does not mention paint. Next time, I get a stunt cat. Whoa, are you still playing this thing?
Moving on. Now, is Bubsy 2 any better than its predecessor? No, not really. The camera problem and Bubsy's physics are still present here. Plus, there's a lot more enemies in this game now than ever, making it more frustrating to play than before. They also restructured a life system, where you would take 3 hits before you lose a life, which sounds bad at first, but isn't too bad to handle with whilst playing. A big issue I have with the game now is that there's no set goal in sight. Instead of making the stages somewhat linear like the previous game, it's all over the place and is more open-ended than before, making it really confusing to plan B, especially with this insufferable camera. Now the soundtrack here is alright, like in the previous game. However, it would be even better if it was actually played properly. Hey, Future Me here. So in this part of the video, I will be on a spiel about how this emulation pack has emulation problems due to the music being really bad. But apparently the ROM that Accolade uses in this pack is the SNES version of Bubsy 2, not the Genesis version, meaning that the SNES version has the worst music rather than Genesis version, which is better sounding. I'll give you a listen to it. So yeah, I had a whole segue for this bit, but guess that's not gonna happen. On to the next. Well, that settles it. After forcing myself to go through with playing these 2 games, is this bundle worthy enough to buy on Steam at the low price of $5? No. This was just a lazy attempt to revitalize the series to see if there was any interest in this orange mistake. And honestly, $5 for 2 games is way past bullshit. Like, why couldn't Accolade put in the more niche 3rd game in the bundle? Or even this thing could be in it. But no, instead they take the lazy route and put in 2 ROMs with an emulator that wasn't even authorized by the creator. If you really want to play the Bubsy games, just download a Mega Drive and SNES emulator, download the 2 ROMs and you'll be good to go from there. Let's hope this failed cash grab can put this stupid marsupial back into his shallow grave where he belongs. Shit.